It has been a while since we've been broadcasting on this channel or publishing to this channel, but I thought I'd poke my head in and take a look and see who's around and say hi to you all and talk to you a little bit about what we're doing and what we're going to be doing with this channel. Now, most of you that are subscribed here are also subscribed to our main YouTube channel, so you're probably aware of kind of what's been happening in the Dottotech world. Nevertheless, I thought I would see if I could just kind of beat the bushes here in this on this channel and see if there's anybody still kind of kicking around. We didn't publicize this live stream in our newsletter or anywhere else. I just thought I'd kind of shake off the cobwebs on this. This was really my vlog channel where I shared all of my vlog content. I see a few of you jumping on, so that is great. Let me know who you are and where you're in from. Post it here in comments. And this is really a catch-up call here on the channel, let you guys know what's happening, talk to you a little bit about what we're working on here at Dottotech and what my focus has been for a little while, which is increasingly focused on baby boomers and helping us all build businesses and be relevant in the online space. But we're also going to be making a few other changes, which I'll be you folks that are here on this channel have probably been my most loyal followers, with all of having subscribed to the blog in the past or the vlog in the past. So I also want to make sure you're aware of what we're doing as far as gray matters and all of those sorts of things. So a chance to catch up, a chance for you to ask me a couple of questions if you have any. Hello, Dave. How are you doing? I don't expect to have a huge number of people on the call today or on this live stream today. But as I say, I kind of wanted to shake off the cobwebs on this and let you folks know what's going on. Dave's in Indianapolis. How the heck are you doing? It is good to see you. So here at Dottotech, we've been pretty quiet on the YouTube front for this year for a variety of different reasons. The main reason is we've been concentrating most of our energy on supporting a product launch for the Marie Forleo's B School. And the product launch around B School really sits in the heart of the direction that I have been taking the Gray Matters, Gray Zone passion project that I've been working on. I hope a lot of you are all subscribed to our podcast, Gray Matters, which deals specifically with helping baby boomers and Gen X be relevant in the digital age, learning to reinvent ourselves and find business opportunities and kind of stake our claim in the online world. I have a concern that with the changing of with the change kind of the changing powers that are happening in the business world, in the world of traditional business, that increasingly baby boomers are being marginalized. Every day, 18,000 of us reach the age of retirement, and less than 30% of us want to retire or are in a financial position to retire, but increasingly we're being forced to retire. And along with that retirement, often it's reluctant. People don't want to retire. They don't want to be pushed out of the job they're in. They can't afford it. They want to stay busy. Here's a startling statistic. Are you guys ready for this? This one here just blew me away. In 1965, most of us were alive in 65, I imagine. In 1965, if you retired at the age of 65, guess what your life expectancy was post-retirement? The average person the average male, 4 years. The average person in North America died at the age of 69 if they retired at 65 in the mid-60s. Today, if you're 65 and you retire, your life expectancy is 19 years. 19. If you're a woman, it's 22 years. And actually, from what I understand about statistics and that sort of stuff, there's always a lag, so it's probably even longer than that. But that's what they're anticipating right now. It's going to be, and so the retirement equation, has completely changed. Not only are we living longer, but we're healthier longer. We want to be active longer, but we also require money to live longer. So all of the economics of what we put in place for retirement, much of the expectations of what the social safety net that we have, depending on what country we live in, much of that is just guesswork at this point here. We don't know what this world is going to look like. We don't know what we're going to have in the coffers in 10 years, as we have a declining workforce of people employed and an increasing number of baby boomers that are into retirement. In Canada, there's now more baby boomers than there are babies. And that is, so we are starting to get what China has had for so many years, which is a net negative population growth as far as birth rate versus death rate. And so we're starting to shrink. And along with that means that we have less services, we have less people in the business, in the workplace. And there's just all sorts of stuff that comes out as a result. So that set against the fact that, this whole okay boomer revolution has started, where we see baby boomers starting to be marginalized and being forced into retirement, has caused me to sit up and say, I want to be part of the solution in this area. I don't want to be part of the problem. Hey Cheryl, this we're going to be talking about the same stuff we've been talking about in all of the other forums. We just decided to publish do a live stream here into my old vlog channel. So welcome aboard. Glad to see you here. So here at Dottotech, my kind of the passion project that I've embraced is helping baby boomers understand that the online world is a viable option for them to build their own businesses. In fact, they have tremendous value in that online world. In fact, it is almost our no, it's not almost. It is our responsibility to make an impact in that online world. So many of us have grown up, or not grown up, but spent the last 20, 30 years in offices, in cubicles, looking inward and thinking that the social marketing, the social media channels are the domain of millennials and that we don't have any place in that space. But that couldn't be farther from the truth. But nevertheless, we were intimidated by it. We haven't embraced it. So that when we are faced with retirement, when we are faced with having to pivot or change what we are doing, we typically think of retirement from our regular 9 to 5, and we hear about this gig economy. So we say, oh, maybe we can get they're telling me I can get a job as an Uber driver or Amazon delivery dude. Oh, awesome. That just sounds fantastic. It's an insult. We have skills, we have talent, we have ability, and we have this wonderful new marketplace to reach a community and build a community. The social networks, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, all of these channels connect us with others and are places that we can take our skills, our talents, and we can start to build our own online business. And that's really the direction that I'm passionate about and that I'm sharing and that I'm encouraging. So some of you have participated in, we've got this, we're almost at the end of it now. Marie Forleo's B School is launching at the end of this month. Now, B School, for those that don't know, is an online school that teaches, an online training that teaches us the principles of online business. And one of the reasons I think it's great for baby boomers is it's a fast track to understanding exactly what's happening in the world of online business, so that we don't have to kind of go through trial and error and slowly discover it yourself, which is partially what I did. I started the journey myself and tried to figure things out myself, and then I took B School, and everything kind of fell into place once I signed up for B School and took B School. So as a result, and I think it's a terrific training, we are actively supporting B School, and we're actually an affiliate for it. And we've done we spent most of the month of February with what's called a pop-up Facebook group where we invited people in, and we have been live streaming every day into that Facebook group, teaching different aspects of what's happening in the online business world. Not so much the tactics, but more what the opportunities are, the sorts of business, trying to give you folks ideas for what you can do business-wise and how you can reinvent yourself and pivot. And encouraging you not to think that the career that you are in is the last contribution that you are going to have as far as your business life is concerned. If you're 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, I don't care. There's still more gas in the tank. If you're feeling healthy, if you're feeling energetic, if you still have a desire to make a difference, you can still be relevant in this online world. But nobody's going to come by and say, oh, you're relevant, please do this for us. Instead, you are going to have to take the bull by the horns, and you're going to have to build your own online business of some sort, your online following. And while that sounds like a daunting task, it's also eminently doable and unbelievably rewarding. And you can make a real profound difference. And so we are encouraging you to do that. And one of the ways to do that, not the only way, but one of the ways is taken a look at what we're offering as far as B School is concerned. Now, the biggest reason that I went live today here is if any of you haven't heard about what we're doing, I wanted to make sure you knew about it, because later today on Facebook, on the dreaded Facebook live stream, we are doing a live stream, and our guest is going to be Marie Forleo. Now, let me tell you about Marie Forleo. She is a dynamo. She's written a bunch of books, but she is the creator of B School. She is the person that's envisioned this product. Now, B School, she built it. She didn't build it for us boomers. She built it for other female entrepreneurs primarily, which have a lot in common with our with baby boomers as far as I'm concerned right now. It's not as bad for baby boomers, but increasingly we're being marginalized, we're being looked past, and that's historically been one of the challenges women have had in the workplace. So Marie has very much built B School for female entrepreneurs to support each other, to understand what their potential is, and to strip away the limits that they saw on themselves, and to give them the confidence and the skills to flourish in online business. And I think we need it too. I think a lot of baby boomers need it. I think we have lots of insecurity. We have lots of imposter syndrome running around. We believe the press that we are now the has-been generation to a certain extent. We've looked with horror at the okay boomer dismissal of the value that we bring. And sometimes we are intimidated a little bit by technology. We feel insecure with change. And so consequently, maybe we are close to saying, okay, maybe that time has passed for me. Maybe it is time for me to give up on those dreams of relevance and still building a business and still making a difference. And maybe I should reset my sights on less lofty goals. Well, that's just bullshit as far as I'm concerned. I think that we can get past that pretty quickly once we recognize just how incredible the opportunity is that's out there for us. And when you start to envision what your life can look like as an online entrepreneur, or how you can pivot your business, how you can build a community online, I think we get really excited. At least I do. You can tell I do. And don't think that you can't do it, because the proof is sitting right on your screen right now. I had a traditional business. I was as deep in traditional as you can be. Traditional media, television, radio, newspaper, all industries going through an incredible catharsis. I came out of those industries, came into the online world, and have built a business I'm proud of that's making a difference in people's lives. And there's no reason that you can't too. You don't have to be as comfortable as me on video. There's other ways that you can build your community, but it is there for us all. Hey, Cheryl, yeah, I love that. You can also be a Walmart greeter. Yeah, that's another thing that we can do. Paul from New Mexico, how the heck are you doing? Long-time subscriber to our videos. I'm glad you're here. Jim, how are you doing? Nice to see you as well. And Art, it's good to see you all. I'm glad there's like 15 people on the call on this live stream. That's great, because to be honest, we feel guilty when we create products and we don't necessarily support them as well as we have been. This channel was where I used to do all of my vlogging, and I wanted to repurpose this channel when I became less passionate about vlogging about me and my life, and more passionate about talking to baby boomers in general about our lot in life and being relevant in the digital age. So I had to morph the content that I was going to be delivering on this channel, and I wasn't ready for that, so we just kind of let it dry up as far as publishing on it. Instead, we focused our efforts on the Gray Matters podcast, and I think a podcast is actually a better forum long-term for the growth of the channel, of the content that I want to create. But we will be we will be breathing new life back into this channel. It's called Steve Dotto right now. This channel is me. You're subscribed to me. We're going to rebrand and rename this channel to probably Gray Matters, so that it more properly aligns with the rest of the mission statement that we've got kind of here at Dotto Tech, with serving baby boomers. And then we've got I don't know exactly what the content mix is going to be, whether or not I'm going to start vlogging again. I don't love the idea of just repurposing our podcast into this channel, but we might end up doing that if that ends up making a smart business case. But we'll have to see about how that all comes together. Oh, I should let you know. If those of you, look at that. Look, April's jumped in, so April's there. So April can drop. April is actually me here. I'm pretty sure that's April that says Dottotech. That's me. That's April coming in as me in our channel. And I didn't let her come on this call because I didn't know how many people would be here. So I didn't want to embarrass her by speaking to crickets as well. But April, since you're here, why don't you drop in the link to the Dottotech, to the B School opt-in, not the B School opt-in, but the boot camp opt-in, so people can join us. Or drop the Facebook link to our Facebook, to the Gray Matters, to the Gray Zone, actually the Dottotech Facebook page, so that people can join us later on today. Because at 2 o'clock this afternoon, my time, Pacific time, I guess 5 p.m. Eastern, Marie Forleo is going to be joining us to do a call. So if you haven't heard her, so it's going to be the first time I get a chance to interview her. I've never actually met her, although I've taken her classes and followed her. So I'm pretty excited about it. And she's just changed so many people's lives. B School's alumni is 90% female entrepreneurs, as I mentioned earlier. But I am alumni. I took the course 4 years ago, and I felt very comfortable because, as I say, the value system and what baby boomers need, very similar to what female entrepreneurs have historically needed as we've built our business. So I'm going to be really interested in what her take is on the gray wave, on what she sees happening with us, because I'm going to make a prediction that we, our community, the baby boomers, as we discover the online space as far as building our own businesses, and as we get excited about that I think we're going to have a significant impact. Right now, the entire cyberspace is dominated by millennials, and they're making all the decisions, and they're not making great decisions. I mean, when we look in leadership, when we look at Facebook, couldn't they use some graybeards in that board of directors helping them make good decisions, and YouTube and others? But we can make a big difference content-wise, and when we build our online presence, along with our business, comes our ethos and our morals and our value system. That gets inserted in as well. So if you are a person that's concerned about building an online business because there's so many smarmy spammers and con artists out there, fair enough. But if you don't build your business that way, then the percentage of crappy individuals online versus quality individuals online shifts just a little bit. And every one of us who starts to build our business in a quality way starts to change the momentum of what's happening online. And people will start looking at online marketing and online businesses differently, the more people who are there of character and of value. And I believe that is hallmarks of our generation, that we will bring that to the table because we recognize that our reputation is everything and we aren't willing to sacrifice it. So if we are willing to come online with our business, I think we make the internet a better place, which in turn makes the world a better place. What does Paul say? Here he says, I'm old enough that I'm starting to see health and ability decline. That makes me want anything. I start to have an exit strategy, which leads to passive income. Paul, that is sobering, but at the same time encouraging, because you already recognize that you still have value, and that the value you have, if you create your offering appropriately, will have passive revenue potential for you downstream. So you're actually thinking about helping support yourself by the things that you do now in the businesses you build now. That's exciting. I'm really in a similar mode. The things that I'm building, I'm looking for passive. Wherever possible, when I build a product, I want it to have passive revenue potential. So for those of you that don't know, passive revenue is when the internet's doing the work for you. If you've created an online course that you're selling online, people purchasing it when you're asleep, that's passive income because you aren't actually doing the active sale. You've done all of the work in advance, but now it's generating revenue for you. And there are so many creative and good opportunities for this because we have so much to share. And one of the things that we are doing as a part of our B School launch is I've offered for people that are seriously considering B School to do one-on-one consultations and calls with them to determine whether or not B School is the perfect fit for them. Because B School is expensive. It's $2,000. It's a big investment of time and money, and 2 months of your time that you're going to be working hard on the course. And we've got all these bonuses that we attach and the value that we add, but ultimately, you got to make sure that it's money well spent. Now, for baby boomers, it's an even better bargain, I think, in a lot of cases, because We want a fast track to learning the skills and to getting our business into a profitable mode, because we simply don't have as many years to make it to grow it. We want to get success pretty darn quickly. So B School is very appealing from that point. But part of what I've offered is the ability for people to have conversation, to have a one-on-one consultation with me to help determine whether or not it does work for them. And in the conversations that I've had, it's way over 10. It's like 15 conversations I've had so far. Without doubt, every one of them I come away with excited about the potential that individual has and looking forward to what they're going to come up with. Now, not all of them are going to sign up for B School, but a large number of them have. But their stories, their history, 50, 60 years of living gives us great perspective and gives us great insight. And the vertical markets and their skill set, when they start to reimagine what they can do with it as opposed to what they've historically done with it, it's wonderful to see those shackles flying off and their sites absolutely changing. And you can see it. I can actually see it as I'm having the conversation. We typically do them by Zoom. And as I'm talking, I can't tell you how often I've seen this where we've talked about something. I've said, what about if you were to do it from this perspective? And it's just like oh, I never thought about that. And all of a sudden there's the twinkle in their eye as they're going, oh, yes. All of a sudden there's energy and there's imagination. And if I was to do this and this, then maybe I could attract these people. And oh, yes. Now they're getting excited. Now they're imagining. Now they're daydreaming about it. And that's how my business started. I mean, once I understood what we could do with this online space, my imagination was fired long before I had success in YouTube or success in any of the social platforms with any of our stuff. I had this wonderful fantasy life where I was imagining how I could make an impact in the online world. Now, much of that, it was pure fantasy, and it wasn't a direction that ended up being fruitful, but they all planted the seeds for the business that we have today, the success we have on YouTube and our main channel, the somewhat less but very relevant success that we have on this channel. The fact that, even after we've been dark for 6 months, 15 of you are still subscribed and jumping on and engaging in a conversation with me. We've got 600 and some odd people that have joined the pop-up Facebook group that's supporting where we've been talking about imagining what your online business can look like and encouraging you to daydream about it and determine whether or not B School might be a fit for you. 600 people have jumped into that pop-up group, and we haven't spent a penny on marketing. It's all organic in our entire process. So we can make a difference, and we will make a difference. So I wanted to make sure that I jumped on here and invited you all to join us later today when we have Marie on. And if you haven't yet signed up for our pop-up Facebook group, I'll get April to drop the link in there as well. It's dottotech.com/bootcamp. If you sign up there as well, you can have a look at, you can see all of the previous live streams. We've done 17 little tutorials, 45-minute tutorials in the other channel where we've talked about different aspects of online business. And I've learned a lot. It's not just me teaching. I've learned a lot from the community. That's the beauty of a cohort of people. Here's one of the big challenges all baby boomers face as they start thinking about building an online business is we are really pretty alone in one aspect. Typically speaking, you can't go down to your coffee shop with your buddies who you hang out with, or your golf buddies, or the people at the gym who you work out with, and talk to them about building an online business. Talk to them about building a YouTube channel or a podcast or a consulting business, because they aren't in that world. They don't do what you do. They don't understand. And once you start getting into it, they don't understand what a sales funnel is and an opt-in. And they don't understand about retention on your website. And they don't understand any of those things because it's not their world. And as a matter of fact, when I tell people what I do for a living, what do you do for a living, Steve? I'm a YouTube content creator. What do you mean? Oh, I publish videos on YouTube. You can make money at that? And it's just like they look at me like I'm they just have no frame of context. It is what it is. But the downside of that is I can't sit down and say to somebody, I'm really wondering about the length of my videos. I'm wondering if I push it out to 10 minutes, this is what happens with YouTube's algorithm. But I feel like I'm kind of packing stuff in and I'm taking advantage. What should I do? What would you do? They don't know. Whereas when you're a part of a group like our Facebook pop-up group of other baby boomers who are interested in building online businesses, we have common life experience, we have common value system, and now we have a common interest in building online businesses, all of a sudden you find a cohort of people and a group of people who understand what you're talking about and can support you in it. That is one of the real exciting parts of what we're doing here with the Gray Zone, Gray Matters, and the pop-up Facebook group for the B-School Bootcamp. So that's pretty much what I wanted to share with you guys today. I'm so glad that as many of you jumped on as did. This is awesome sauce. I'm going to keep it short today because I've got a lot of live streaming coming. We're going to be doing Maria later today. And then tomorrow we've got our regular webinar Wednesday, plus a regular live stream that we're doing into the pop-up Facebook group. If you are interested in B-School, drop by our B-School bonus page, which is dottotech.com/B-School. And there you can see information about why we like B-School for baby boomers, what our bonuses are for baby boomers that join. And if you are interested, but you do need some feedback, I've got a form down at the bottom where you can book a one-on-one call with me. But time is limited. The B-School closes on Friday, the doors close, and then it's not offered again till next year. It's once you sign up, starting in next month, there's 2 months worth of course material. There's 6 lessons that are broken amongst 8 weeks, and then there's all of our support content. It's usually 4 to 6 hours a week of work that you'll be doing on it, but it could be the beginning of an exciting new journey for many of you. So with that, I'm going to wrap things up. It is great to see you all here. I'm so glad. You will see a little more activity on this channel. Not in the immediate future, but in the not too distant future, you'll see a lot more. And if you've not subscribed to my Gray Matters podcast, get your butt into your podcast app and look for Gray Matters, Grey Matters with Steve Dotto, not AY, Grey with Steve Dotto, and subscribe to that and join us in Facebook in our Facebook group, the Gray Zone in Facebook, and I will see you here on this channel in the not too distant future and hopefully in some of our other properties as well. Till next time, guys and ladies, have fun storming a castle.